at the end of the day, in this country, it's illegal to hack back. So, but technically, we are starting to see a new brand of startups to bridge the gap of active defense, right? So let's make things sticky. Let's collect some intel and some attribution data so we can track these guys. And I think there's some good search engine companies that are doing a good job at this, and other innovative startups that are saying, hey, let's put out some fake data. Let's put out data with tags in it. Let it phone home. Not necessarily dropping 0 days on targets that may or may not be correct. And so this sticky factor in between of a next-gen honeypot, if you will, I think will be the first legitimate active defense technology. Going forward, though, I do think eventually, we need to enable corporations in this country to be able to fight back at some level. My high-level take on that from a policy perspective is it's when I hit the big red button and nothing happens. So let's take your metaphor of your lawnmower, but let's say it's $10 million in gold bullion of yours, and you call 911 and they don't call you back for a week. When do you go get it? Because for me, it's probably that night, maybe after I turn the lights out, they go to sleep. I'd probably go get it if the police weren't calling me back. And that's, I think, a realistic metaphor to where corporations are today, which is they're losing and bleeding out millions of dollars. Maybe it's their fault, maybe it's not. However, it's so challenging for LE and government to help with that. I think we got to enable them themselves.
So Chris comes to me and he says, my research and development's been hit. In the logs, we saw our information go out. It's on a FTP server over here. Belongs to we don't know who, wiseguys.com. We don't know what their aspect is. And I say, is it an anonymous FTP server? And he goes, yeah, it's an anonymous FTP server. Okay, self-defense, place I have a right to be. Can you log into it as anybody in the world? Yeah, I can. All right, go log into it. Because if anybody can do it, and your data's on there, and anybody can do that, you haven't broken any laws. You're where you're supposed to be. So then I asked Chris, okay, how's that set up? And he goes, well, there's a file tree in here, and it's in this file right here. And I'm like, okay, great. That's our data, right? You can download it? Yeah, I can download it. Okay, great. Can you upload something? Yeah, I can upload something. All right, so you download it. Can you delete that file? Now, on an anonymous FTP server, do you typically have rights to delete data that's on there? No. Now, at that point in time, this is the most asinine thing I can think of. It's my data. It's there. I should be able to delete it because now, on the argument, I haven't even damaged their server. I've created more space for them to put more sugar honey iced tea on it. So actually, he's improving the system. And as his lawyer, that's what I'm going to say as they're leading him off with handcuffs. But you got to remember what DOJ wants. For necessity defense, you must exhaust all remedies, which means law enforcement, you've called them, coordinated with them, and lawsuits. You do the civilian lawsuit, which again is back to your point. Seriously, I'm going to watch my gold bullion go away, and I'm going to be in court 5 years from now, and I'm not going to see $1 on this.
That's I think that's a good working example. Caveated by the new normal is, someone just posted Varspool Mail on Twitter, and it's on BitTorrent.
Could you translate that to?
So someone just dumped your entire corporation's email spool on BitTorrent, which means now there are 1,000 copies of it out there. And now 100 million people know where to get it. And so this is, a couple of years ago, yeah, it might be dropped on an FTP server here, you can follow it here and here. Now it's, boom, tweet, torrent link, 100,000 copies of it, you're never getting it back. It's game over.
Your company may not be a company anymore.
Your company may be gone.